visit our website at William Murphy Funeral Home, Inc. or call 724-775-0309.
You're listening to 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas, in addition to 1230 WBVP Beaver Falls.
Thanks for tuning in to the Falcones Moon Township Ford Coaches Corner here on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's show is being brought to you by Electric Garage Door Sales, Forward RX, Patriot Home Care, the YMCA, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, All Access Automotive, Drug Free Aliquippa, the St. Barnabas Health System, the Fry Transportation Group, the Community College of Beaver County, Tri-State Sporting Arms, Vape and Roll With It, Carver Construction, and Beaver County Radio.
Welcome again to another edition of the Falcones Moon Township Coaches Corner here on Beaver County Radio. And want to let everybody know Pizza Joe's, glad sponsor all year. They have provided us with pizzas all year for the kids, the coaches. And tonight, first time ever, we're going to talk to some referees for football, and I believe some of them have done some basketball. There's a lot to talk about. It's the 100-year anniversary of the BVFO chapter, and we're going to talk to them about that tonight. We have from right to left, and we're on camera too, ladies and gentlemen. We have Scott Linkenheimer.
Tim Linkenheimer.
Tim, why am I saying Scott? It's Scott. Okay, it's Tim Linkenheimer, Scott Travis, and Bobby Joe Bellis. I can't read my own writing, gals. I'm so sorry. And tonight, Ryan Marchione could not make it tonight. He's got 3 basketball games. But welcome, everybody. Thank you for letting us come down here and talk about the 100-year anniversary. And we have a lot of different questions, a lot of different things. But let's start with Bobby Joe. Tell us a little bit about the BVFO chapter, and tell us a little bit about this 100 years and what's been going on.
Well, first of all, thank you for having us on.
No doubt.
Normally, officials like to not be in the spotlight,
Right.
But 100 years is quite an accomplishment. And in 100 years, officials that have come through our chapter have seen some of the best football players ever to play the game. And we're thankful for this opportunity. We've been celebrating all year. We've had some great articles in various news outlets and other radio shows. We have tremendous officials in our chapter that we don't just work games in Beaver County. We work throughout the WPIAL.
Mm-hmm.
Many officials who've come through our chapter have gone on to officiate various levels of college. A lot of great names like Lenny Leeper, Bull Cronston, Lefty, Reggie Smith, Mark Estemeyer, Mike Estemeyer. A lot of great officials have come through our chapter, and would also like to take this opportunity to recruit officials.
Yes. We'll talk about that too.
So we're just thankful for the opportunity, and we just want to spread good sportsmanship, recruit officials, and just talk about our love and passion for the game, and just tell people what it is that we do to maybe clear up any misconceptions or confusion about officials, and maybe we can do that tonight.
So you mentioned some names, guys. I've seen Mark Estemeyer do college games. I've seen Lenny Leeper tons of times over the years. Reggie Smith, seems like every time I do a basketball game, I run into him. So a lot of familiar names there. Scott, you've been doing this a long time, football specifically. What's it mean to you that this is going strong after 100 years with so many things changing in the world? You don't see a lot of great groups unless it's like the Elks or the American Legion, things like that. But a referee chapter, nobody ever hears about something like that lasting for 100 years.
It's truly amazing. I'm not going to lie, when we started this 100-year thing, I still couldn't believe we were officiating high school football in 1925.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really we couldn't find records back then of what our chapter was doing, but it's just amazing. And the guys that have come through, I mean, we're just following their footsteps, trying to uphold what they...
When did you start doing games? What
2005.
Year? Okay, 2005. Now it's 2025, obviously. Any big changes in 20 years that you've seen?
I think we've had any radical changes. I mean... What?
The pants. No more white pants.
Yes. Well, yeah, we got rid of the white knickers.
Okay, right. You guys don't wear the white pants anymore.
We're wearing the black pants. I mean, the rule changes. I don't think
changes.
there's been anything really.
Nothing
Crazy.
major in 20 years, but I'm
No.
sure things have changed since, say, the 70s. Tim, let's get you involved. Let's talk about recruiting for officials. That's one thing that I went to the PIAA baseball championships a few years back, and they had a booth, and they were handing out pens and cards and things. And there's you guys have gone to the Penn Ohio game to recruit. What other things are they doing? Because I think you guys, I've heard some different things. You guys are trying to get creative to try to get more younger people involved in being refs. It doesn't have to be younger. You could be in your 40s or 50s and come out and be a ref. Doesn't matter. But what kind of things are you doing to try to get more referees?
Over the past 5 to 10 years, for a few years, we offered a clinic. We'd usually have it on Super Bowl weekend.
Okay.
It would be at the library in Beaver Falls, where we try to advertise mostly through social media, just because that's where everybody goes to get their
It's a big thing
information.
now, yeah.
So that's one way that we recruited. The PIAA has sent us, they'll send us a series of business cards where you scan a QR code. So anybody you think that might be interested, if you keep them on hand.
Yeah,
we
that's a
know
good idea.
officials that, if they're hearing about their calls at the end of the game, there's some officials that hand them to
Yeah,
them.
it's a good idea.
I'm one of them.
It's a really good idea. Have they done anything? I mean, I don't know these things, but have they done anything like go into all the colleges and like speaking at colleges, or maybe going to athletes at football and basketball and saying to them, "Hey, look, it's a great way to make some part-time income."
I know in some situations, like when we work a practice at the Penn Ohio game, that game is all graduating seniors.
Right.
We usually take a few minutes and say, this is an opportunity for you to participate. You stay involved in the game. And we try to coin that is, here's an opportunity to make some money while you're in college.
Right.
Instead of just having a work study job.
Exactly.
You can work games, when it fits your class schedule.
Has that worked a little bit at times?
We've had here and there, but it usually doesn't seem to stay consistent. Like maybe
Yeah.
they'll do it for part of a season and then
It's hard to keep them.
Yes.
If you hire 10 guys, you might get one to stay. That kind of thing.
Yeah, retention is
tough.
also a challenge as well.
So, Scott, let me ask you, we'll go back around again. Obviously you got to know the rules. You got to have a passion for it. You get paid, but you're not getting paid like the NBA guys do or the NFL guys do. You do it because you love it. Yeah, it's nice extra money, but what is it that's not keeping some of the younger kids involved? Is it because the way things are with younger kids now? They don't want to make the effort. They're not brought up right. We know all those things.
Go with that. I mean, it is a time-consuming thing.
Right.
Like if you do games, junior high, JV games, you could show up a half hour before the game,
Okay.
step on the field. Now, high school games is a whole new
Yep.
ball game. You're pretty much giving up 8 hours of your day, because you got to be there an hour and a half before. And a lot of times you're there an hour after the game because
Right.
you're still showering. And it's just the time that we put in to do this and to travel. Like a lot of us, travel all the way down the south side to do junior high games. We go that far. And I just think the kids don't want to put the effort in.
As much as
I mean, I understand why. They may not have transportation also. I mean,
that's
could
part
be,
of it. There's a
but
lot
I
of-
mean, it's just you're giving up 3 hours of your morning on Saturday. You got to get up, be there at 10 a.m. for a game. Do a lot of
I get
kids
it.
want to do that now. A lot of us
you
older guys,
gotta
we just
find
wake
people
up
who
and
love.
go.
You got to find people who love the sport.
And that's
wanna
what it
be with
is
it.
with us. I mean, we just love the sport. You're not out there for the paycheck. You're out there because you love the sport.
Bobby Joe, let me ask you. One of the things that you have some talking points here. There are you have 45 members right now in 2025. 3 sets of brothers, some fathers and sons, a few here, and you have 2 female officials, you being one of them. So it's good to see fathers and sons. It's good to see brothers. It's good to see people and families, and it's good to see. And I know I've seen you ref at least once or twice. Talk to us about the membership. Talk to us about families getting into it and things like that.
Yeah, officiating is definitely a unique group or organization to be a part of because you have your work family, your real family, then you have your referee family. And you always hear about the coaching tree. These
Yes.
families have all these, Schottenheimers, Belichick's, or whoever it is over the years.
Nick
Officiating
Saban,
is
yeah.
very much the same way. When I joined our chapter and found out we had all these like families, fathers and sons, brothers officiate, I was like, wow, that's really cool. It just never dawned on me. Oh yeah, it's a family thing. I mean, my dad officiated. My great grandfather was a Major League Baseball umpire, so it kind of runs in my family too. But it is a community. I do something that people don't realize is, when you see your parents out there doing something, then your kids want to get involved too, and then you have that camaraderie. So it is a unique environment to be in. We love officials. Would love anybody to join our chapter. I mean, people have various reasons for wanting to get involved, but like Scott said, it is a true passion and love for the game. And to echo on why maybe people don't stay is I think maybe some people think, oh, well, I'll just do it as my retirement gig or side hustle, and that's fine, but maybe people don't realize the time commitment. But it's really what you make of it too. Maybe not everybody wants to rise to the level of college or professional. That's
Right.
okay. We still need people to cover the sub-varsity and
Oh,
the youth
I know
games.
guys doing grade school games and things like that. Yeah.
Those roles are still very, very important. And like for the people who do have siblings or family members that referee together, I think that's great. There's some referee Facebook pages that I follow, and there's like grandfather, son, and grandson, and I just think that is so cool that they get to do that together and have those memories.
It is. So I'm obviously then you got into it because of your family. You mentioned your grandfather, was it?
Great grandfather.
I was a Major League Baseball umpire. Now, back in the day when I was growing up, I knew every Major League umpire because I grew up wanting to be an umpire, but realized it probably, with my mentality, probably wasn't going to be there. But who was your great grandfather?
William List. This would have been like the early and mid 1900s.
Okay, so it's way back then. Okay,
Way back.
So this wasn't
yeah.
the 70s or 80s when I was growing
he
up. I
was
got
long
it.
gone by then.
Okay,
but yeah.
so it's in your family. I get it. I think we're up against the break, right? 3 more minutes? Oh, he's eating pizza over there. He doesn't care. Ryan Garazunas behind the controls. Let's go. Let's stay with you, Bobby Joe. We'll ask that later. I don't want to, because I want to ask all of you that. What's the most challenging thing about trying to recruit people? You guys have thought of everything. Are you getting help from the PIAA? It seems like you are, but when I talk to some people from the PIAA or the WPL, some of them seem to like, yeah. I mean, I don't think that some of the people in charge are really taking this seriously, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I think that there's always room for improvement. There's
Okay.
always other things that you can try, or we collectively as officials throughout the country could do a better job at. I mean, when you see everything that's happening, that's been in the media lately with the criticism that officials are taking, when you think about why would anybody want to do this? I mean, yes, it does take a love, a passion and a love and a desire to the dedication, the commitment, and the desire to get better. But I think once you're in it, all that stuff just blocks out.
Yeah.
Call me whatever, say whatever. I mean, yes, sometimes it does stink, but I'm not here to listen
Any
to these
job is
people.
like that.
I'm here to work this game, be out here for these kids. The commitment that I've made to myself, my crew, my chapter, the PIAA, I do think there's more that these organizations could do for us. They need to be in the colleges. They need to be in the high schools. There needs to be more information on the internet of how those things popping up. You mentioned the booth at the basketball playoffs. Well, if I'm a fan and I'm going to my kids playing in the WPIAL finals
Right.
or the PIAA championship game, I'm not there to fill out a card to become an official.
That's
I'm there
true.
to see that game and go home at the end of the day and hopefully celebrate if my team wins. That's probably not the best avenue. I think there's other things that they could be doing. I know we've reached out to some of our representatives on how we can recruit. We tried a couple things that didn't really work last year, but I think coming up next year we're going to try some new things. And it's really telling people what officiating is all about.
One idea that I had, maybe you guys thought about this. Somebody's, I went to Robert Morris and they have sport management, and I took some classes that were they have a lot of good classes, but one of them was intramurals and how to run sports tournaments and things like that. But there were some classes that I think this could be incorporated in.
Yeah, I know. I got my master's at Slippery Rock in sport management, and I know they have a officiating class, and we did.
But that's just Slippery Rock.
Yeah,
there
that's
should
just
be more
Slippery
than
Rock.
like
It should
Robert
be in
Morris
every
should
sport
have it.
management program.
Is that?
For sure.
Is there anybody trying to do that?
Not that I know of. Not from what I hear from some of the folks I've spoke to.
Okay.
No.
Well, we're going to take our first break and let everybody know that this is the Falcones Moon Township Coach's Corner here on Beaver County Radio.
Are you a fan of the historic high school sports history that we have in Beaver County? Beaver County Radio and the Fry Transportation Group are proud to introduce Way Back When. Every Sunday night at 8 p.m., Beaver County Radio will rebroadcast a classic high school game in its entirety. You'll hear the call of famous Beaver County Radio sports broadcasters from the past and present as they take you way back when. Tune in this Sunday, November 23rd at 8 p.m. when we go way back to November 20th, 2015 and the WPIAL Class 3A semifinal. The Central Valley Warriors took on the Mars Planets to see who would advance to the finals and take on Thomas Jefferson. Bob Barrickman and Kerry Lacey had the call of this classic. Way Back When is presented by the Fry Transportation Group and brought to you by East Rochester and Tusca Shop and Save, the East Rochester True Value, Dr. C. Timothy Lip, Beaver Falls Athletic Department, and Beaver County Radio.
Are you looking for a cigar, tobacco, vape, and convenience store in Beaver County? Visit Vape and Roll With It in Ambridge for a variety of the best premium cigar brands such as Acid, Deadwood, Rocky Patel, AJ Fernandez, and many more. Don't forget to check out their Cuban Rejects and rounds priced at only $2.50 a stick. Visit vapeandrollwithit.com for more information. Make sure to mention Beaver County Radio at discount for 10% off, good until December 20th. Don't worry about prices or stress, just roll with it. Open 7 days a week on Merchant Street in Ambridge. That's Vape and Roll With It.
Everyone at Electric Garage Door Sales wants to lift your spirits this year with a special wish for a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. If you're looking to replace or repair that old garage door, call on Robin and her team of expert installers. They feature CHI quality garage doors, LiftMaster garage door openers, and over 50 years of experience. Happy holidays from Robin and everyone at Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca.
Whiskers on kittens and warm woolen mittens might be some people's favorite things, but in my opinion, they're kind of overrated. This is Andy Dangle from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. This time of year, it's all about eating, reclining, and then napping with a game broadcast or two on in the background. Remember, whatever your favorite things are, enjoy them more with a Christmas loan from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
What if you could meet the future you? The one with the degree, the dream job, the confidence. This fall at Community College of Beaver County, step up to the mirror and see what's possible. Whether you're fresh out of high school, changing careers, or returning to finish what you started, every class and campus experience brings you closer to who you're meant to be. See your future. Start it here at CCBC. Visit ccbc.edu/fall25.
The hunt begins at Tri-State Sporting Arms in New Brighton, voted Best New Business by the Beaver County Times Best of the Valley. Tri-State Sporting Arms has the knowledgeable staff for all your hunting needs to get you ready for your big hunt. Looking for a suppressor? They have the largest selection around with all the top brands. Tri-State Sporting Arms. They also buy your pre-owned firearms and do trades with the best prices around. Come down and check out their store at 807 3rd Avenue in New Brighton. Tell them Artie sent you. That's Tri-State Sporting Arms in New Brighton.
When you talk about community involvement and safety, the name Fry stands at the forefront in Beaver County. Fry Transportation's mission is to continue to raise the bar as the gold standard in their industry by providing the safest, most reliable, and cost-efficient transportation service in Beaver County through their strong relationships with their communities, best-in-their-class drivers, equipment, and technology. There's nothing more important than the safety of their students, employees, and community members. Fry Transportation, where the quality of their organization is characterized by the makeup of the individual behind the wheel.
Hi, I'm Tashawn, a proud graduate of Aliquippa Junior Senior High School and formerly a student at Johnson C. Smith University. I made the decision to stay drug-free, and that choice opened up doors for me in school, sports, and in life. Opioid misuse is a growing problem in communities throughout Beaver County. Every day, more than 100 people in the U.S. lose their lives to opioid overdoses. Opioids don't just affect one person, they impact families, schools, and futures. Opioids are powerful and dangerous when misused. The best choice you can make is to stay informed and stay drug-free. Choosing to stay drug-free helped me focus on my goals and build something better. To learn more and get involved, follow us on Facebook at Drug Free Aliquippa. Your future starts now. Drug Free Aliquippa, strong choices and brighter futures.
Patriot Home Care is now hiring caregivers. Are you a caring and compassionate individual looking for a reliable income with benefits? Then call Patriot Home Care today. Benefits include health insurance, life insurance, paid vacation after 1 year, and 1.5 times hourly pay for overtime plus holiday hours. Patriot Home Care employees provide personal care, conversation and companionship, medication reminders, light housekeeping and laundry, meal preparation, and errands. Start your career in home care today and call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or apply online at patriothomecare.org.
Searching for a sleek new ride without breaking the bank this summer? All Access Automotive next to the YMCA has you covered. With reliable service, easy financing, and an extensive list of inventory, All Access Automotive has become the premier spot in Beaver County to find your car of the future. Looking to trade in your current vehicle? All Access will give you a fair trade-in value. Browse the eye-catching All Access lot Monday through Saturday and talk to an All Access representative and learn more today. All Access Automotive, where reliability and transparency come before anything else.
Attention seniors! Did you know that by being a part of Silver Sneakers, you can receive a Beaver County YMCA membership for no additional cost? More than 16 million Medicare members have access to the Silver Sneakers program. Just give our member service representatives a call, and we'll take care of the rest. For more information, give us a call at 724-891-8439. Again, that's 724-891-8439.
Thanks for tuning in to the Falcones Moon Township Ford Coaches Corner here on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's show is being brought to you by Electric Garage Door Sales, Forward RX, Patriot Home Care, the YMCA, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, All Access Automotive, Drug Free Aliquippa, the St. Barnabas Health System, the Fry Transportation Group, the Community College of Beaver County, Tri-State Sporting Arms, Vape and Roll With It, Carver Construction, and Beaver County Radio.
We're back here on the Falcones Moon Township Ford Coaches Corner. It's a referee night here tonight. We've got Scott Travis, Tim Linkenheimer, and Bobby Joe Bellis from the BVFO chapter. 100 years they're celebrating this year, and we've never had referees on before. And let's start with Scott again, and then we'll move to Tim, and we'll just go back around. A lot of people would criticize refereeing. They don't realize that, like anything else, you have to put time into it. You've got to go to meetings. You've got to certify yourself every 5 years, and you got to put some time into it. It's easy to sit back and criticize. It's like people watching a football game or anything else. And unfortunately, you guys have to hear it sometime. Let's get the mic over to him. But two questions. Number one, how do you lock that out and just say to yourself, okay, they're frustrated. I'm going to hear it no matter what I do. How do you tune that stuff out and just not take it personally?
It's a learned attribute, I guess, amongst the officials.
Okay.
I mean, I used to joke around a lot of guys. I have kids, so I'm used to screaming kids.
Yeah.
But you, when you're younger, when you just start, you
hear it and you want to say something, but then a couple years in, you're like, that don't matter to me anymore.
Okay.
You know, they're looking at something that they don't see and we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
You just learn to block it out. You don't hear it.
So, Tim, I think for football, you're further away in the stands, and I think you guys and gals, you can see what holding is. You can see people jumping off sides. You can see when someone's grabbing a face mask. You can see when there's unsportsmanlike conduct. You see a lot of things that nobody sees in the stands. So a lot of times, most referees, you're in a game and it's 48-0. Do you still call the game the whole right way through, or do you kind of let little things go? I mean, you know, I've heard refs say things like that. A game's out of control, and I've seen other games where every time you turn around, you're getting call after call after call. Is that because the kids and the guys aren't doing what they're supposed to be, or how do you deal with things like that?
How we've been taught to handle that, and Bobby Joe and Scott, correct me if I'm wrong, but the number one, no matter what the score is, player safety is our number one priority.
Okay,
so
good.
when you have personal fouls that occur, you're calling those whether it's 99-0 or it's 3-0.
Because we don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Exactly.
Okay, good.
Now let's say that you're in a mercy rule game,
Mm-hmm.
and you have the team that's trailing
Mm-hmm.
35-0. Maybe they have 5 in the backfield, and we have an illegal formation.
Mm-hmm.
You might just go over and let the captains
Right.
know, or the coach say, "Hey, that was an illegal formation," because what impact is that really going to have on the game? Another very simple analogy is if you have a run play where it's a sweep to the left, and you have the right tackle with a hold.
Yeah.
That's the opportunity. Like, hey, let's just say that right tackle was number 78. Hey, 78, you're
Yeah.
holding here. If that play was to this side, we're going to have a hold here.
Okay.
So
it's like a teaching moment, and okay.
There's elements of preventative officiating.
That's good. Let's switch gears a little bit. Now we'll start with you, Tim. In your years of refereeing, who are some of the best athletes you've seen? Because this is one of the things we've seen some great players come out of Beaver County. Tony Dorsett, Jimbo Covert. That's just a few. Robert Foster, more recently, Derek Rivas. I could go on and on and on. But there's others that don't make the pros or don't even do well in college. But who's the best you've seen?
The best two, and like Scott, I've been officiating 20 years. So on the same field, officiating a game that they played, Jordan Whitehead,
yes,
at Central Valley, and Tyler Boyd at Clarendon.
Okay,
or the
two guys in the pros.
Two that stick out to me the most.
Okay. How about you, Scott? What do you think?
The one that really stands out, and he did not go pro, was Russell Shell.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of the best backs. I mean, I got to do one Hopewell game. He was one of the best backs I've ever seen.
I think that if he, in college, would have had his head in there, because he had all the talent in the world, his head's there, he'd have made a good college player.
When I coached youth football before I got into this, I coached against him, and that was...
Couldn't stop him.
Couldn't stop him. Watched him when I became a high school official. I got to do a game, and he was just an amazing athlete.
No doubt.
Just like, wow.
Bobby Joe, how about you?
Yeah, I just finished my 7th year.
7 years. You're a rookie.
I'm
You're
the
young.
rookie. In the years I've been working football, I would say Matt Sieg from Fort Cherry.
Just going to graduate this year.
And Tiki Hayes from Aliquippa are the names that stand out for me.
I think Matt Sieg announced who he's going to go to.
WVU.
He's going to go to WVU.
Yeah.
Boy, he fooled everybody.
He called an audible.
I was told it was down to Virginia Tech and Pitt.
That's what they said on the news this morning.
Some source told me those two. But then I kind of knew he wasn't going to go to Notre Dame. I had a feeling. But hey, good for him. Wherever he's comfortable. I just want kids to get an education and be successful. Bobby Joe, we'll stay with you. Everybody, we're not going to talk negative stuff with coaches. You get yelled at by coaches. They're frustrated as well. Our own Gene Matzuk, who you guys know, likes to jabber on the sidelines. But then when you talk to him in person, you'd never know. He's just passionate. So you're going to get that. But who are the best coaches that have been understanding to you guys, listen to rules, listen to explanations? Who are the best coaches that treated you with the most respect?
I think for the most part, I do think coaches are respectable, but
Right.
they're, like you said, they're passionate. They're trying to stick up for their
Of course.
team. Another thing that we've been taught is sometimes coaches just want an answer. So
Yeah.
we're trained to answer questions, not statements.
Okay.
So I think any coach,
I get it. Good.
if
Okay.
you are able to answer that question, then their demeanor changes.
Okay.
If they understand, they understand. If you explain what you saw, or if a foul happens across the field from me and my other deep wing has pass interference or something, I can only answer for what I saw, but I can't answer what he saw that made him throw that flag. So we use our headsets to get an explanation and then go back and explain that to the coach. Or if you don't have an answer, because like a lot of times I'm not a part of the foul or the penalty that took place because I'm a deep wing. We'll say, Coach, I don't have an answer for you right now, but let me talk to my other deep wing or my linesman and get you an
But
answer.
has there been anybody that sticks out that's been nice to work with over anybody else?
I can't say that any one name sticks out in
Okay.
that regard to answer your question.
Okay, you've been doing it only 7. Let's go to the veteran here, Scott. How about you? Anybody that you feel deserves a shout out that, boy, this guy has treated referees pretty well over the years? Or is that a question that's not even?
I mean, there are quite a few that treated us with respect.
Okay.
I mean, you hate
But
to call,
nobody sticks out then.
I mean, I could call out a few names. I don't think it would be
Okay.
right to name a few.
Okay.
I mean, because they, like Bobby just said, they're there. They yell at you at the beginning because they're sticking up for their team. When you talk to them, explain it to them calmly, they calm down.
Okay.
But for the most part, most of the coaches are respectable. towards
Let's
us.
switch gears then, since that obviously we don't want to call any coaches out good or bad. Let's go, Tim. So, what's refereeing meant to you in your life? I mean, what's it added to your life, and why do you keep doing it?
That's a good question, but as I think about that, I just notice how it has helped me in many other areas of life.
Okay.
When it comes to communication, my primary occupation is a teacher.
Okay.
Communication is quite important in that field, and when you're out on a field with 3, 4, 5, 6 other officials, I mean, communication is paramount with everybody else that you're working with. Time management, organizational skills. There's so many little things that, when I first started becoming an official, I'm like, this is going to sort of be a hobby. Let's see where it goes.
Right.
If you would have told me 20 years ago that...
You're still doing it?
Not necessarily that, but...
You still have the passion
The
for it.
involvement
Okay.
that I have for it is, I guess, what I'm not sure I would have thought I would have taken it to that level.
Scott, how about you? I mean, you've done this for a long time as well. I mean, what's it meant to you in your life? Are you still working? You retired, or you?
No, I'm still. I have a job.
So
I work.
you've been doing it longer,
I mean,
and you do both, and it's tough doing both.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, there's been a lot of times in the past few years where my wife has wanted me to
retire, but
hang it up.
You'll
I mean,
know when it's
especially a
time.
couple years ago, I took a bad hit on the field, and I finished my season, laid up in the chair, and she wants me to quit. But I love the game. I love the guys that I work with.
Yeah.
The 45 guys in our chapter, I mean, they're great guys. Your Friday night crew is your second family.
Yeah.
You're spending 8 hours with them. You just got to love being
Well, I know.
there.
I've seen guys in football in restaurants together and hanging out.
Yeah,
and-
I mean, after
yeah.
games, you go get a beer, you go get a sandwich together. I mean, it just was family. And, like, we say something like, we just lost a member of our family.
Yeah. So
And
I'm sure that happens too. Yeah.
And he was an official for 50 years.
Okay.
And I'd like to call him out right now.
You can.
Is Bull Croston.
Okay.
Just passed away a couple of weeks ago.
All right.
Great man. Great man. Wonderful man. I mean, he put me on the field as an umpire on his crew. He was my first white hat. I owe that man everything.
Okay.
He's just, it was sad to hear that he
There's
passed.
a lot of people that have helped you guys get
Yeah,
over
I
this,
mean-
so you're honoring them.
Yeah.
Bobby Joe, same thing. What has it meant for you in your life? Obviously, you're following in the footsteps of family members. Is that the biggest thing for you that you've got out of this, or is there more than that?
Definitely. I mean, I didn't expect it to enlighten me as much as it has. Like Tim said, how it has helped me in other areas of my personal and professional life. I've always had crazy jobs where I'm always multitasking and wearing different hats. Officiating really taught me to take a deep breath, block out what's not important. Like when you're on the field, you are zoned in on your game and what's happening on the field. But it's all the other things that people don't realize we're doing. We are multitasking. We're doing anywhere from 8 to 10, 12 things at the same time. We have to watch the game clock, the play clock, counting our players, looking at formations, making sure the sidelines are clear. So taking those types of things into other areas of my life.
Okay.
It's the perfect side hustle for me because I'm very I like to be on a schedule. I like to have the discipline, the structure. So like
OCD maybe?
all the different
Just
things,
like I am.
packing your bag. It's just staying organized
Right,
and
that's it.
the
That
time
makes sense.
commitment and just being able to helping me in other situations in life, whether it's in work, like managing people. I've actually had my friends tell me, you're the fairest person I know. If my husband and I ever get a divorce, I'm going to have you be our moderator because I know you'll do it fairly.
Exactly.
And
Well, that
just,
makes sense.
And just self-control. You know,
Okay.
you can't pop off on these coaches, players, or fans because that means nothing. You know, you have to maintain your composure.
I've seen, well, I'll get to that later. Before we take an next break, I want to change gears again. We'll start with you, Bobby Joe. How can new people become a referee? And like, just say someone's listening to this, because you never know who's listening.
Right.
How can somebody listening to this go on and become a referee? Whether it's football, which is the most popular sport, basketball, baseball, it doesn't matter. They got they love volleyball or swimming, lacrosse, doesn't matter. They all need referees and umpires. How can you go on?
Sure.
And do that?
So we need officials at every level across the board, not only in the state of Pennsylvania, but throughout the country. So if you are living in Pennsylvania, you can go to PIAA.org. That's the PIAA website. There's a link. It usually pops up. Become an official. You follow those steps. You know, you have to get all your clearances. First of all, you have to take the test.
You have to take a test.
And the nice thing is,
do they give you
it's
things to
online.
study for it?
Yeah, you pay your $40.
But if you know the game, a lot of it's going to come to you.
It might. I actually wanted to originally do basketball, but having played and coached, I was like, they're way over explaining a jump ball. Like this, that's why I switched over to football, because I felt like I could just focus on the rules and block, and then become better at the other
You gotta
areas.
know rules, and that's hard. But that's why a lot of people probably don't want to do it, because you have to study and you have to know something. But you're studying something you love. So if you love the sport,
it'll you'll pay your $40 to take the test. You have like 60 days, I think, to take from the time you pay. It's either 60 or 90 days to take the test, and you do it online. So you'll have your book right there in front of you. So if you know what you're doing, you'll have all the pages.
Has there ever been a time where, say, a younger kid, maybe in an impoverished area, doesn't have $40? Is there a way that somebody like that says, hey, listen, I want to be a ref, but I don't have a lot of money right now, and I'm not going to college. I work, but I want to make extra money. But, I just don't have $40 right now.
The PIAA has the junior officials, so I think if you're under 18, you can take that at no charge. So you won't have to pay the $40, but you can do that as a junior official. They waive the $40 fee.
Okay.
So really, you do that part. You take the test. Once you pass the test, you go and you get your clearances. Then you join a chapter. And if you're in this area, would love you to join Beaver Valley Football Officials. If you want to do football, of course. But the PIA, the website, it's very easy to follow. It's literally step by step.
So Scott, let me ask you. Do you think that the PIAA, the WPIL, is there things that they could do maybe to explain that if you have a passion for sports and you're done playing, whether it's high school or college, do you think that maybe they should make more effort during the regular seasons and have, talks with football teams at practices and do different things like that? Let's get it to Scott. Do you think explaining to kids that if you have a passion for this, you don't have to, you could still have a family and still have your job, but have a second family like you got? Because it seems like a big underlying theme to this.
Yeah,
you have a second family. You guys all love your crews.
They should do something more like that. Like we did that at the Penn Ohio game.
But that's one thing.
But if you did this, it practices throughout the WPIL, when they're having their conditioning, or have us go over and talk to them. We need to get out there more in the community, and that would be the best way to do it. Because it's gonna be the kids that are not gonna become
pro athletes.
Even college athletes.
They might not even want to go to college.
They might love the sport, but they're not moving to the next level. They might want to do this. They might not know how to do it, and nobody's told them. But having one of us in that area say, hey, if you want to do this, this is how you do it. We'll help you.
Okay.
I mean, like if somebody if they were in Beaver County and they wanted to join and they went through the process, and they went to our website, they can contact one of us.
You guys have a website?
Mm-hmm.
What's your website?
bvfo.com.
Okay.
I mean, you contact one of us, and we gladly steer you in the right direction. We'd even help you learn the rules.
I think it is.
Is it? What?
Is it BVFO? Or is
BVFO.
it BVFO officials? Or is it bvfo.com?
Well, we'll get to that. We'll find out. Let's look
But
up.
I mean, like we just did an article. I saw you did a thing with Ethan Morrison. He interviewed
Yeah.
a few of us, and he put our email addresses in there.
Okay, I know.
For
He
you to
comes on our
contact
show
us.
now and again.
We would be glad to help anybody join. We'd,
Okay.
Help you learn the rules.
It just needs to be more out there.
Right,
Social media. You name it, social media wise. You guys mentioned Facebook, but let's go to Tim. I'm guessing with 45 members, and most everybody's working full-time jobs, and it's Friday night, Saturday. But plus you got to go to meetings. You probably have to study a little bit on the games. It's time-consuming. So now, is there anybody going to the WPL, going to the PIAA, saying, we've got some ideas, but we need your help? Because obviously, with you working a full-time job, it's going to be tough for you to do all that. And all your other officials, too.
And I think that's the challenge, with everyone. And it's not just with us as the chapters, it's also with the PIAA and the WPIL. They don't have these very large, they don't have a large population of people in their offices either.
They have some, but they have a lot of people on committees for basketball. I know a lot of those guys, committees for football, and they got people there. It just needs to be a priority, I think. Yeah. Now, here's an idea. It just popped into my head a little bit ago. Maybe you guys have tried this. I've interviewed a ton of kids. It's usually coaches and kids every Wednesday. Mm-hmm. A lot of kids are definitely going to school, and they aren't going to play football. Because I got high dreams of anything in their life. A lot of kids are going to go maybe play some football, get a good. But then there's a lot of kids who don't want to go to college. They're going to go into trade school. Mm-hmm. Those guys and gals who are going to be, and I've had this more and more now because a lot of kids realize that college is, I don't want to say on the air what it is, but they're not going to put the money into college. They're going to go to trade school, be welders, got people like that who still love it. Maybe they're looking for a part-time job, and they have the mentality of working hard already. Somebody's got it into their head, their family, to be working in the working world, but maybe they want something to do afterwards. Has anybody thought about going to Parkway West or anywhere like that and saying,
that's what we'll say.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys have, maybe you haven't. I don't know. That's just an idea.
I don't necessarily think we've targeted like the vocational schools.
I'm not
but
saying
that's not a bad.
I'm not saying it'll work, but
that's not a bad idea. But usually, I think also you can target them because they usually also have a home school that they're attending as well.
Yeah, that's true.
But target those as well.
But now that's true. Either or. All right, we're going to take another break. The Falcones Moon Township Ford Coach's Corner. Pizza Joe's provided the pizza. Thanks to them all year long. Before we go, Tim, what's your favorite pizza? Topping.
I just get one.
Pepperoni
and mushrooms.
Pepperoni and mushrooms. Scott, how about you? Let's get that mic over to you.
Pepperoni, I guess.
Pepperoni? Man, you guys, Bobby Joe.
All about the pepperoni.
She likes the pepperoni, too. I like sausage myself. There's pepperoni back there. But they have everything at Pizza Joe's, including pickle pizza, pineapple pizza. They've got other things like subs, wedges, salads. I go there all the time. Their stuff is really good. Thank you to them for being a sponsor this year. And we'll be back here on Beaver County Radio.
Are you looking for a cigar, tobacco, vape, and convenience store in Beaver County? Visit Vape and Roll With It in Ambridge for a variety of the best premium cigar brands such as Acid, Deadwood, Rocky Patel, AJ Fernandez, and many more. Don't forget to check out their Cuban rejects and rounds priced at only $2.50 a stick. Visit vapeandrollwithit.com for more information. Make sure to mention Beaver County Radio at discount for 10% off, good until December 20th. Don't worry about prices or stress, just roll with it. Open 7 days a week on Merchant Street in Ambridge. That's Vape and Roll With It.
Everyone at Electric Garage Door Sales wants to lift your spirits this year with a special wish for a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. If you're looking to replace or repair that old garage door, call on Robin and her team of expert installers. They feature CHI quality garage doors, LiftMaster garage door openers, and over 50 years of experience. Happy holidays from Robin and everyone at Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca.
Whiskers on kittens and warm woolen mittens might be some people's favorite things, but in my opinion, they're kind of overrated. This is Andy Dangle from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. This time of year, it's all about eating, reclining, and then napping with a game broadcast or two on in the background. Remember, whatever your favorite things are, enjoy them more with a Christmas loan from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
What if you could meet the future you? The one with the degree, the dream job, the confidence. This fall at Community College of Beaver County, step up to the mirror and see what's possible. Whether you're fresh out of high school, changing careers, or returning to finish what you started, every class and campus experience brings you closer to who you're meant to be. See your future. Start it here at CCBC. Visit ccbc.edu/fall25.
The hunt begins at Tri-State Sporting Arms in New Brighton, voted Best New Business by the Beaver County Times Best of the Valley. Tri-State Sporting Arms has the knowledgeable staff for all your hunting needs to get you ready for your big hunt. Looking for a suppressor? They have the largest selection around with all the top brands. Tri-State Sporting Arms. They also buy your pre-owned firearms and do trades with the best prices around. Come down and check out their store at 807 3rd Avenue in New Brighton. Tell them Artie sent you. That's Tri-State Sporting Arms in New Brighton.
When you talk about community involvement and safety, the name Fry stands at the forefront in Beaver County. Fry Transportation's mission is to continue to raise the bar as the gold standard in their industry by providing the safest, most reliable, and cost-efficient transportation service in Beaver County through their strong relationships with their communities, best-in-their-class drivers, equipment, and technology. There's nothing more important than the safety of their students, employees, and community members. Fry Transportation, where the quality of their organization is characterized by the makeup of the individual behind the wheel.
Hello, I'm Makai Johnson. I graduated from Aliquippa High School, drug-free, and now I'm going into my second year at Cheney University. Staying drug-free helped me stay focused, pass my classes, and earn many scholarships. Did you know 1 in 6 teens who use marijuana will develop a dependency? Most people don't realize that marijuana can be addictive. It can impact memory, judgment, and even athletic and academic performance. I've got big goals, and I'm not letting anything stop me from reaching them. Your choices now shape your future. Learn more and get involved. Follow us on Facebook at Drug Free Aliquippa. Your future starts now. Drug Free Aliquippa, strong choices, brighter futures.
Patriot Home Care is now hiring caregivers. Are you a caring and compassionate individual looking for a reliable income with benefits? Then call Patriot Home Care today. Benefits include health insurance, life insurance, paid vacation after 1 year, and 1.5 times hourly pay for overtime plus holiday hours. Patriot Home Care employees provide personal care, conversation and companionship, medication reminders, light housekeeping and laundry, meal preparation, and errands. Start your career in home care today and call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or apply online at patriothomecare.org.
Searching for a sleek new ride without breaking the bank this summer? All Access Automotive next to the YMCA has you covered. With reliable service, easy financing, and an extensive list of inventory, All Access Automotive has become the premier spot in Beaver County to find your car of the future. Looking to trade in your current vehicle? All Access will give you a fair trade-in value. Browse the eye-catching All Access lot Monday through Saturday and talk to an All Access representative and learn more today. All Access Automotive, where reliability and transparency come before anything else.
The holidays are here. It's time to celebrate. Host your office party, family get-together, or night out with family and friends at the Hangar in Moon Township. They'll customize your menu from casual appetizers to full dinner spreads. Enjoy their expansive menu with cold beer, craft cocktails, and good vibes. Don't wait. Party dates fill up fast. Call 724-457-9630 or find them on Facebook. And remember, Hangar gift cards make the perfect gift. The Hangar, 500 Flockety Run Road in Moon Township.
Are you frustrated by high copays for your generic drugs? Stop overpaying and start saving. Discover Forward RX, your local cost-plus pharmacy in New Brighton. At Forward RX, we believe in transparency and affordability. No insurance middlemen, no inflated prices, just the true cost of your medication plus a simple fixed markup. Join the Forward RX family today and experience the difference. Check out our medication prices online at fwdrx.com or give us a call for a price quote. Forward RX. Come for the savings and stay for the service.
This is Mitch Carver from Carver Construction. Playing a great football game takes teamwork, great leaders, and great individuals. As a former high school football coach myself, I know what it takes to win. I apply these same qualities to Carver Construction in New Brighton. Satisfying customers isn't anything new at Carver. We've been doing it since 1982 for both residential and commercial renovations. I'm behind every job we do, so I can guarantee you that every time you deal with us, you win. Call us or visit us at our website at carverconstructionpa.com.
Let's face it, work is a large part of your life. Why not choose a job that allows the opportunity of a fulfilling career working with people who appreciate you? St. Barnabas Health System is looking for extraordinary, service-minded people to join our team. Earn and learn with career opportunities on our clinical, housekeeping, and food service teams. For more information and to apply, visit stbarnabashealthsystem.com or call 724-444-JOBS. Jobs that are apart from the ordinary. Find them at St. Barnabas Health System.
Before and after school care will now be provided at the Beaver County YMCA for students enrolled in the New Brighton and Rochester school districts. Children in this program have the chance to do homework, make friends, and have fun. We're also excited to introduce Preschool Light, designed to help children learn through socialization, art, language development, and much more. For more information, please visit our website, www.beavercountymca.org.
Thanks for tuning in to the Falcones Moon Township Ford Coaches Corner here on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's show is being brought to you by Electric Garage Door Sales, Forward RX, Patriot Home Care, the YMCA, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, All Access Automotive, Drug Free Aliquippa, the St. Barnabas Health System, the Fry Transportation Group, the Community College of Beaver County, Tri-State Sporting Arms, Vape and Roll With It, Carver Construction, and Beaver County Radio.
And we're back on Coach's Corner, the Falcones Moon Township Ford Coach's Corner. One of the fine sponsors, Pizza Joe's. And, Ryan, I'm going to ask you, what's your favorite wing flavor?
My favorite wing?
Yeah.
I like garlic.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Don't want to be around you after you eat them. Tim, how about you? Do you like wings?
Oh, yeah.
What's your flavor?
Buffalo Blue.
Oh, how about that? Okay, Scott, wings. What do you like?
Honey barbecue.
Oh, I like that. Okay, Bobby Joe, how about you?
I'd probably have to go with the honey barbecue or dust. Just the wing dust.
Yeah, see, I like something
it's not
like
messy.
I usually like teriyaki a lot, barbecue, but I also like a lemon pepper dust type of thing too. They have Pizza Joe's has that as well. We're here with Scott Travis, Tim Linkenheimer, and Bobby Joe Bellis. Ryan Marchione, I'm hoping I'm saying his name right, could not make it. But, we're talking referee things. We're talking about the BYFO chapter. And Bobby Joe, what was that website again? We had to make sure it was correct this time, or who had it?
BVFofficials.com.
Okay.
As in Beaver Valley football.
There you go. And we're talking about 100 years. And, there's a lot of members that young and old, and it doesn't matter if you're young, old, man, woman, it doesn't matter. You guys will take anybody. Let me ask, when people come on to this, I know they put you on a crew, but as a crew member, how do you try to get someone to stay, since one of the big problems is, right away they might make mistakes, or they hear it from the fans. What are you saying to them to try to get people to stay and stick it out?
I think one thing that's so unique and awesome about the officiating community is the community and the brotherhood and sisterhood. Like, as soon as a new official comes in, you guys have been doing this longer, but as soon as I joined, it was immediately open arms. Like, what do you need? What do you need help with? And you can't take anything personal. We are here to help each other. So I am tremendously thankful for all the help, support, and advice that other officials have given me over the years. So I think once people see that, the welcoming and the willingness to teach and coach new officials, I think that helps people stay. But I do think it takes a certain characteristic within somebody that's, I'm in this no matter what. I'm not going to let these fans or these coaches bother me. I know a couple times when I was a newer official, just some of the things that were said and took place during youth games kind of upset me a little bit, because I didn't really care for how people spoke to children. But I also realized that I cannot get involved with that unless it rises to a certain level of something involving the game. But I think it's just, once people see the brotherhood, the community, and how you can get better. And it's a desire to want to be out there to continue to learn, to grow, and to give back to the game.
Scott, how about you? Is there anything, have you seen some changes? You've been doing this a little bit longer. Have you seen some changes where you guys talked about it being a family and things like that? Have you and your crew done anything special to try to keep a new guy around or try to make them feel comfortable?
You work with them, and we're all going to make mistakes. We've all
Right.
made mistakes. You start out young. I mean, you'd like to have them start at the youth level. I mean, unfortunately, that's not a good starting point anymore.
But somebody you got to start somewhere.
My first game was a junior high football game, and I had 2 inadvertent whistles.
Okay.
But the guys I work with said, hey, this is what you did. Don't worry about it. Don't do it again. They talk you through it. And I learned from them how to talk to the other officials as I got older. I mean, this man is teaching us the rules every week in our meetings, and he teaches crews. I mean,
Okay.
Everybody's going to make a mistake.
And you just got to keep people understanding that.
You know, like you get down on yourself for that 10 seconds. You think you missed a call, but
Just
then,
like a player.
Yeah, you let it go, move on to the next one, and then as a crew, you talk about it later. But nobody criticizes the fellow official. Like Tim has his own crew. We don't go and say, "Hey, Tim, you did X, Y, Z bad."
Right.
No.
We might
don't do
all
that.
review together afterwards. But,
Yeah, we
okay.
watch video of everybody's games.
Okay.
We help, hey, we could have done this better. You could have done this better. Your
Right.
crew, it's not like, well, you did this bad.
So it's just like being on a team, any other real team.
Yeah, you just try to help people get forward.
So, Tim, let me ask you, a lot of times we've seen this in the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, high school, it doesn't matter. It's something at the end of a game is a controversial call. Could have went either way, even after a review, and then everybody says it's the official. Meanwhile, there are dozens of plays where somebody fumbled, coach made a bad call, even in high school, and nobody's criticized him. That kid fumbled 3 times. He threw 3 interceptions. That coach made 5 bad calls. Everybody wants to blame it on the ref. That to me is the mentality that it's people, and I think as a referee you got to realize. But what I'm going to ask you is it's become harder now because there's social media, everything, and there's so many ways to video something and criticize. So no matter what happens, you're going to get critics no matter what. So you've got to get people that are coming into this to understand you're going to get criticism whether you're the best referee there is or you're just starting out. It doesn't matter if you think you did good, someone's going to criticize you. You have to, I think that's something that you just have to accept.
Absolutely. That's something that you have to be willing to accept. And as you gain experience, like anything, you get used to it. But also, I think one thing that's healthy is to sort of avoid those areas where you might see it. Like, for example, like after you've worked a game and you've went out and got a meal with your crewmates, instead of scrolling through social media to see what everybody has to say, maybe, look at the scores from the other games, look at the highlights. One thing that we try to do as crews is we try to get the huddle film. That's the film that the coaches use to share. We also
players,
try to attain that to review ourselves to see what can we improve upon. And you also like to get it for your upcoming opponents so you can be better prepared to officiate them as well. So it's just picking and choosing. At least that's worked for me to drown out the noise that you don't need.
I know from being on the sidelines for football, a lot of times wearing a headset has helped me. Are you guys allowed to wear earplugs?
Yeah, they call them O2Os.
Okay.
Official to official. And what's nice is we communicate as a crew on the field.
Oh, everybody has those or not everybody?
Just about, I would say.
Pretty much every crew.
Does it drown out some of the noise from other people a lot?
Well, no, sometimes I know one time we were at Shenango. It's like a walkie-talkie that you have an earpiece.
Okay.
Sometimes you'll pick up the drive-through because there was a McDonald's right by the field.
Across the road.
So you got to switch the channel if that happens. But what's nice about that is if you have a foul that occurs, and like Bobby Joe was talking about earlier, that happened across the field, but the coach on her sideline wants to know and get that explanation. So you go on the O2O and you explain what that penalty is, and then that's easier for the officials on that other sideline to communicate to the coach what happened.
I didn't know you guys had that. That's a heck of a thing to have to communicate with each other. I'm guessing in the past it was hand signals. You guys had to get together a lot. I'm going to ask you about that here. I got about 50 seconds before we go off the WBVP air. We're going to go off WBVP. We're going to stay on Facebook and YouTube. Remind the folks here on WBVP that it's Scott Travis, Tim Linkenheimer, Bobby Joe Bellis. Ryan Marchand couldn't make it. It's the 100-year anniversary of the BVFO, and this is Falcone's Coach's Corner, the Moon Township Coach's Corner. Pizza Joe's also a sponsor. I also want to thank Frank Salopek, Gene Matzook, Ethan Morrison for being on, Frank Sparks and Curtis Walsh and Gary Miller for their help all year long. Of course, Ryan Garazunas behind the mic. Trying to kill the last 15 seconds. Ryan, you got anything to say about this year?
No, it was a great time, just like every year is, Mike. Quite a pleasure to work with you as always.
Stay with us on Facebook and YouTube while we continue this, but now we are going to sign off on WBVP to regular programming. Goodbye, and we will continue on Facebook.
You're listening to 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas. In addition,
I can't remember where I thought.
WBVP Beaver Falls.
What were we just talking about? We were talking about, I'm sorry?
The O2Os.
Yeah,
the
communication and stuff. One thing I wanted to ask is, a lot of people will say, oh, they had to get together. Well, yeah, because sometimes it's common sense. I might not have the best angle at it, but you had a good angle. You had a better
do get together.
Yeah.
Right.
Even with the O2Os, it's better to come together
and talk
six,
about it and see.
Because I may have saw something different than the other guy.
Right.
And if we talk about it, then we change it. We either change it to fit what it was, or we stay with the call we made.
Well, what do you do when there's 4 of you talking or 3 of you talking and it's split? Does the lead referee, does the head referee say this is? How do you determine that?
I'm going to let our lead
The
official
white
here.
hat.
That's what I'm wondering.
If you do get into a situation where you might have
differing opinions,
and then it's on the referee, the white hat, to make that
doesn't
final
happen
decision.
a lot, though. I'm
Very
guessing.
seldom does that occur, because we all have different keys that we're responsible for.
Right.
So, but sometimes when that play goes into a certain area, you might have 1, 2, 3 at most covering officials that may have, a legitimate say of what happened there. And usually it's something like catch or no catch, fumble, or he was already
Inbounds, out
down.
of bounds,
Inbounds, out of bounds, those types of things.
Okay. I'll stay with you, Tim. One question that Frank Salopek had brought up, and you guys talked about off air a little bit, is, and Bobby Joe brought this up, but, there have been some incidents throughout the years in the WPL, different schools, where fans got in fights, people have gone after refs. Do you feel pretty protected when you're at places? Has that gotten better over the years? Because you see these things across the country, and of course you got that in the back of your mind. We've seen soccer officials get attacked, especially at the younger. A lot of people just don't know how to act. Do you feel that you're as protected as you should be?
In most of the situations in the games that I've worked, I feel comfortable when I'm on the field and when leaving.
Okay.
Now, there are some times that, you're going to hear that screaming from the stands.
Right.
There's a few times we've had that as we're heading back to our locker room, and there's been a security officer that says, keep it up, and you're going to be arrested.
Okay, good.
And, but I've heard stories of other officials where they've been in a very unpleasant situation, some of the examples that you brought up as well.
Yeah, I don't want to, throw schools under the bus. Scott, but my mind is going on me. I had a question for you. When you're at a game, are you allowed as a crew? Because I know basketball officials are allowed to do this. Are you allowed to refuse to go to a certain school? Because I know basketball officials, before the year starts, they can say, no, I don't want to do games at this school, and that school. Are you guys allowed as a crew to say, no, we won't go there?
No.
Or does that never happen?
We really don't do it. I mean, there are probably schools that crews don't want to do, but we take them.
Okay.
Okay, we don't say no. It's gotten better for us at the games. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but we take every game that the assigners give us. You know, whether you like it or not, you're doing it for the kids either way.
Right.
And the thing is, a lot of these fans that are yelling at you sometimes don't even have kids on the field.
That's true.
They're just there to, harass you. And
Because
I
they
think
want-
it's gotten better for us. Like I said, it's perfect. We had an incident a couple years ago to school where a fan threatened us coming off the field after a game. You know, it happens.
It does happen
But-
now and again. But most of the time, those incidents
the
are rare.
officers were still there to help us. We got help. I think it's gotten better with the protection. It is one thing we do bring up to the WPIL and the PIAA that is one of our big key issues.
Bobby Joe, let me ask you, what is the next event that you guys have planned? You guys had a 100-year logo shirts and had something going at the Malacca Legion back in October. I guess with the holidays coming, you probably don't have much, but is there anything, what's the next planned event that you guys have that will be trying to get referees to sign up?
Well, now we go into what I call our postseason slump where there's no football
yeah,
until
it's
next
okay.
year. But we have talked about having some sort of clinic in the spring. It's
Okay.
been something we've discussed. The Penn Ohio will be in Pennsylvania in 2026.
Yes.
So our chapter will actually Scott will choose, as the chapter president, will choose the officials that get to work that game. So we'll be at the Penn Ohio practices that week to talk to to help them with practice and, because they haven't put the pads or anything on for a while, so they might be a little rusty. So we go over rules and help them there, and then we will get an opportunity to talk to the players about officiating. Really, and what a lot of people don't know is we do continue to study and train throughout the off season. So there's other chapters and other assigners and evaluators that host clinics in the off season. We have the Zoom meetings where we get together once or twice a month in the spring and summer. They have clinics for us. There's there'll be some on-field stuff in the spring and summer for new officials, or if an official is changing a position, they can go and do those trainings.
Let me ask you this. Has anyone thought of whether it's 2 or 3 people? At schools in the Beaver County area, there's a lot, of course. And when I was a kid, we used to once a month have some kind of they'd show us a movie, which I thought was, okay, it was a break, but has there ever been where you can go to the athletic director and say, hey, we got an idea, and you guys have assemblies. Can we come and talk to your schools and tell them about being referees? And maybe not every kid's going to be interested, but then not every kid's interested in everything they're doing anyway. But maybe you'll catch a couple of kids. And if you do that in every school, maybe that helps. Or is that kind of stuff already being done?
No, actually, I think that's a great idea because coincidentally, when my crew had Western Beaver, I don't know if it was the superintendent or AD, said that he has done something similar in the past. So I actually need to follow up with him. Maybe that's a route.
Is it somebody from right now, the AD right now?
Yeah, somebody,
Okay,
one of the...
I think he did it. He was doing it.
He was doing something. So that is... it takes all of us. I think officials need to do more for officiating as a whole.
Yeah, because a lot of times if you just wait for the state to do it, it's not going to
hit
get
the
done.
pavement, grassroots stuff. It is.
It doesn't
more
have to
of
be
a time
you all the
commit-
time,
right?
or Tim, or
Yeah.
Scott, but get everybody involved and say, hey, guys, gals, we're each going to do at least one clinic at a time. I know a lot of athletic directors, and, some of them, hey, thanks for coming to broadcast. Hey, we'll see you later. And then you never see them again. And they just want to get the games over with. Other guys are fantastic. They're welcoming. What do you need? And I think they'd be that way with you guys, too. So it doesn't matter what school it is. I'm sure you could probably get some help and cooperation. That's just another idea.
Yeah, they've had some great ideas. Thank you for sharing that.
So, Scott, let me start with you on this. What would you say, as we got to start wrapping this up, is one of the most important things about the BYFO? Obviously, family, saw a lot of great athletes, a lot of friendship, family. But what's one thing you want people that are listening to know about being a referee, to know about maybe becoming a referee that we haven't talked about yet? in your mind? I know that's probably a tough question, but I want all three of you to answer that. What kind of things have we not talked about that you want to bring up? I've gone through your list. I've gone through my list.
I think we covered a lot of it. I mean, we're welcoming to everybody.
Right.
I mean, you come in, we're all going to help you. We do try to have, learning, teaching sessions, with the newer guys that come in. Well, we've covered a lot of things that we try to do. I mean, going to a school would be a really great thing. And there are a few athletic directors that are really,
after this is over, I'll tell you the ones that you can go to. Tim, let me ask you, do you think that it's very important to tell people when you're trying to recruit them that, yes, you get paid, but if you're doing this for money, it's the wrong reasons. Yeah, you're going to get nice extra money, and you can do 2 or 3 or 4 games on a Saturday with little kids' games and things like that. But just like the love of sports, just like the love of playing video games, just like the love of being an artist, whatever it is, if you love a sport, you love sports, this is something you should try.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing it. If you were getting into this to, become a millionaire, that's not going to happen.
Right.
But sort of going back to the question that you had for Bobby Joe and Scott.
Right. Yeah, I wanted to get to that.
I like to sum it up in 3 words. I mean, Scott used welcoming. Mm-hmm. It's also challenging. And I think finally it's rewarding. It's one of those things that you get out what you put into it. And if you're willing to do that, then, the enjoyment and the fun just comes along with it.
How many teachers besides you do this?
I'd say in our chapter, Pod is a teacher.
Eric Swissich is retired.
Well, I know
but
Eric
he's
Swissich is.
He's a teacher.
So, I was going to say, because this is kind of an extension of teaching.
Oh, absolutely.
You're helping the kids. You're teaching new people, but it's something that you're giving your knowledge on not only to other refs, but a lot of times if a kid's doing something wrong or coaches. So has that ever been a thought of going to teachers groups?
So that's one option, but you also know many teachers are also coaching,
coaching, or don't want to do it,
or sponsoring, other activities. It's, sometimes like you talked about presenting at a school, knowing that I work at one, and you see how it goes day to day. There's a lot of things crammed into the schedule of a school day.
Oh, no doubt.
And I'm not trying to talk like no, it's something that can't be done, but it's challenging.
Oh, because there's an after school group for everything now.
Absolutely.
And when I was growing up, it was band, it was sports, and chorus, and that was about it.
And it's great to have opportunities for students.
Right, exactly. But I was just trying to catch some kids that maybe could do this that aren't doing something, or maybe they're not satisfied with being third string on football, but love the game enough that they could be an official. There's got to be groups of kids that somehow we can get to. Bobby Joe, is there any other ideas, or how would you like to sum this up as well? And is there any other ideas that you see coming forth in the future? Because we've been talking about this now for the last 5 or 6 years. Some inroads have been made. More need to be done. But is there anything, the number one thing you think that needs to be done to try to get more people? And how do you sum this all up?
Sure. I think one thing that if anybody listening tonight takes anything away from this, it's to you as yourself, your fan, your other fellow fans, family, whoever you go to games with, just to promote good sportsmanship all around. Sportsmanship is lacking just with things that you hear at games, just if you're there as a fan, or, we don't need the type of language and things that are being said to kids or to coaches or officials. So if anybody's listening, I'd like them to take that away, is be a good sport. If you love the game, whatever game that is, instead of maybe criticizing from the stands, maybe try giving officiating a try, because there are so many things that people don't realize that officials do and are responsible for. So when you say, that call happened right in front of that official, well, that might not have been my keys, so I'm not looking there.
Right.
So it's, if you think you know it all from the stands or watching from home,
everybody does.
Why not give it a try and see what it's about? Because once you get in, I think it will open a lot of eyes, and people would want to join, because maybe you don't want to coach, or maybe your playing days are over. But guess what? You can get paid to watch the sport that you love, have flexibility with your schedule, make money, stay in shape,
get some exercise,
and join a fellowship community of many other people that will be lifelong friends.
You should be the promotions director for this. Yeah. Exactly. That's good.
Thank you.
Well, you guys, it was a very enjoyable show. I want to thank you guys from the. I put it away and don't know where it's at. Here it is from the BVFO chapter. 100 years in the making. Referees. It's our first show we've ever had referees on. I know they're really not supposed to talk to media afterwards, things like that. But we thank them for coming on to understand refereeing a little bit more, to try to promote refereeing. And if you're listening or know somebody that you think might be good for this, go to the PIAA website and click onto that. We want to thank Scott Travis, sitting in the center. We want to thank Tim Linkenheimer. He's sitting to the far right.
Thank you.
We want to thank Bobby Joe Bellis. Also, again, he couldn't make it. Ryan Marchione couldn't make it for here. Again, we want to thank behind the thing, the producing all year, Ryan Garazunas, still trying to win that beard contest. We didn't ask everybody whether it's what did Frank always ask? Whether he looks more ZZ Top or more Duck Dynasty.
I think that was you. I don't think that was Frank.
No, Frank always thinks Duck Dynasty. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But Frank thinks Duck Dynasty. So it's one thing we always talked about with you.
It's a win-win.
I actually thought it was what's his name from DVE in the afternoon show.
Oh, that guy.
It's similar. Yes, there was a
I
similar
can't
look.
think of his name right now.
Who
but yeah.
knows what his name is?
From
actually.
So by the time we see you again next August, do you think you'll get a trim on that or no? You're going to let it go?
Well, we are going to work together through the winter through basketball
Yeah,
season.
but I might not see you. I'm not going to be in the studio.
Yeah, that's true. I would like to think this time next year it should be trimmed up.
You think? It's going to be up to the wife, I'm guessing, right?
Anything, yes.
It's going to be up to the wife.
Absolutely.
And I want to thank Ryan. I want to thank Frank Salopek. Couldn't be here tonight. Thanks for all his help all year long. Gene Matzuk, the times he joined us. Ethan Morrison for the times he's joined us. And of course, Frank Sparks and Curtis Walsh and Gary Miller for all their help this year. I'm Mike Azadian signing off. Again, this is the Falcones Moon Township Ford Coach's Corner right here on Beaver County Radio. Goodbye, everyone.